All right, what up, guys? We're going to go get the drivers' meeting out of the way. Welcome to playoff race number 1 for the Xfinity Series here at Iowa Speedway. Please remain off the track until after the drivers' meeting is completed. Tonight will be a total of 190 laps. We will have stage breaks at 20 and 70. That is 20 and 70. No fast repairs, 4 additional sets of tires. A few things to note: the only black flags will be cleared if passing the yellow due to wrecked cars and wrecking into the pits. We will not clear black flags for speeding through pits or unsafe entry or exit. During the restart, keep the pack tightened up. Laying back to jump to start will result in a penalty. And when taking the green flag, you must maintain your line until you cross that stripe. After the yellow flag's out, you safely made it through any wreckage. Please catch the pace car immediately to prevent delaying others. And when cycling through a green flag, stop, stay to the radio what your intentions are to allow others to move around you. Good luck tonight, guys. Have some fun.
Try to make friends.
Want a Dorito?
Hey everyone! The new containing out Doritos!
Doritos?
You make friends.
And there's your beautiful baby.
Any day now.
Really? You're eating Doritos? He's eating Doritos on my ultrasound. Do you see what I have to do?
I know.
Give me that.
Okay, Jerry, once again, everyone's Doritos have mysteriously disappeared from the break room. Now, I realize this is a workplace, and I don't want to sound like I'm accusing you.
How dare you?
Okay.
That hurts, Steve. That hurts right here. And you know what? I don't have time to sit here and play detective. Some of us have work to do. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Outrageous.
Good evening, DES Racing fans, friends, family. Welcome to the first playoff race of the DES Xfinity Series. Tonight we have 190 laps at Iowa Speedway. Stage breaks are going to be at lap 20 and lap 70. Man, it's a beautiful, beautiful night here in DES. Got with me in the booth Jeff Dinda. Jeff, how are you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for having me in the booth tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I hope to see you up here more. You know, listening to your broadcast the other day while I was racing, you did an awesome job, and I'm excited to broadcast with you. As always, I got up here Edwin Warren. Edwin, man, what are you expecting to see during this race?
I am expecting to see some slipping and sliding, but I'm expecting to see these guys are going to focus way more on tire management than actually making passes, especially for these playoff drivers who really have to pay attention to everything right now.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting here tonight. With us, as always, is our awesome producer, Damon O'Brien. Damon, go ahead, bring up this track list. Jeff, go ahead, buddy.
All right, row one, we have Max Stinda on the pole, Hunter Davis in position 2. Second row, Matthew Tennant and John Crosby. Row 3, we have Stephen Willett and Jordan Tross. Coming in at row 4, we have Hunter Cox and Jonathan Geist. Row 5, Austin Knight and Sean Dion.
Got a lot of really good drivers out here. A bunch of these guys have been working really hard to get into these playoffs in these Xfinity cars. First week of these playoffs is going to be a really tough track, man. I think we're going to end up seeing a lot of people having trouble out here trying to figure out the grip on this track and see a lot of people getting sideways.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. And then, starting behind Sean Dion, you do have Judson Curtis, Tyler Waltz, Brian Souza. They are back there. So is Williams and Ryan Godfrey. They're back there. So we're going to see some interesting racing going on here today.
Yeah, absolutely. And this track is really unique. It's kind of, it's weird. You got the bottom line is asphalt. The top lines are concrete. You got the backstretch, front stretch. They're also concrete, I believe. So just the grip and the tire wear are going to be different depending on where you run on the track. Where do you guys prefer to run? How do you like to circumvent this track here?
Middle lane. They're going to want to be running the middle lane. Yes, the bottom will save the most tires, but if you touch that apron at all, that car is spinning. So they're going to be trying to avoid that. So I feel like the safest place to be would be that middle lane, kind of higher, low line out there. What about you, Jeff?
Yeah, I like to move around a little bit. I would probably myself start on the bottom, a little tire saving strategy, and move up the track as they got a little wear on them.
Now, interesting thing, Jordan Tross loves this track. This is his favorite track of all tracks, and he didn't even qualify in the top 5. So maybe the new repaving this track has kind of threw him off a bit, and it's kind of changed his performance level. But now, you've got to remember the regular season champ, Hunter Davis, he's starting outside front row. If you can power around Max early on and set the pace of this race, we all know how that goes when that guy gets to control the pace.
Yeah, and bring it back to Jordan Tross, he might not have been the fastest out there on qualifying, but he is spectacular at knowing how to navigate this track. The best place for him to carry the momentum and stay consistent out here. So I think we're going to see him use that to his advantage. He might not have the fastest lap tonight, but don't expect to see him staying back there behind the leaders.
And we get the drop of the green flag, and Hunter Davis is going to slot in behind Max. And they are going to look to set their tempo right now. Yellow flag is out already. Let's try and see what we had happen. Looks like Austin Knight with an issue, the 7 car. So I see him poking in there under Jonathan Geis right now. He's holding true. Little squirrely on exit right there. Still maintaining good right in front of Judson Curtis. And he just enters way too high with too much speed. He's trying to keep up with those guys, and it's just not working out for him. But a slight tap on the front end, so he'll probably get that car repaired and be right back out there. So he saved himself from some damage.
Absolutely. And, we don't have any faster pairs here in the Xfinity series. So any incidents that these guys are going to have, if they get too much damage, they're going to be done for the night.
Let's see what these guys do now. They got a little bit of heat. That's going to help them out on this restart. It looked like on the initial start, Max got a tiny bit of wheel spin, but Hunter was gracious, and he understood he did not need to battle him on the outside, and he let him move out in front. Hunter Davis, your regular season champ, man, I'm going to be keeping my eye on him, but I can't lie. That guy back there in P6, I'm a little concerned. He might start making his way towards the front rapidly. And he's in the playoffs as well. So as of right now, based off the playoffs, Hunter Davis would be first place in points as out of the playoff drivers in their current running order.
Yeah, and do you think that having teammates out here is going to be a big thing tonight? Because if you look, Hunter Davis only has one teammate out on track with him running tonight. But that's with TRN. Then you have Rat Fink. They've only got three drivers out there. And then you've got Rubbin Racing. They've got a couple drivers out there. They got two, maybe three. But Beer Run has the most out there. They got John Crosby, Brian Souza, Ryan Godfrey. Those guys have and Matt Tennant. Matt Tennant sitting in third place as well. You think having teammates out there is going to be a big strategy play tonight?
They can help you with strategizing. The more cars you have, that's more eyes on track to see where everybody else is doing, and you can relay info. But really, it boils down to you got to run your own race at the end of the day. So they have to run their own race, but it does help having eyes. And, speaking of teams, Jeff, you're still a free agent. You got any offers yet?
I have not, but I think I've made it known. I need to get up to speed with some of you guys a little bit before I would probably do that.
Says the guy who led laps already in his first season. He's running right with us.
With that being said, if we got a spot open up next year, we got some guys that haven't been running full time, some guys that have had to step away, don't know when they're going to be back. If we have a spot open, man, I'd like to extend an invitation for you to run with Beer Run.
Yeah, and the cool thing is I think you guys can have up to 9 drivers, 3 per race are scoring for the team. I think the benefit for me being on the team would be the practices and just learning from some of the guys with more experience, picking up some tips. I think that would be great.
Yeah, and regardless of what team you go to, you end up going to Rat Fink. You go run on the team with your son Max Dinda. You go to TRN. Any of those teams, they do a lot of practices, speaking with each other, helping each other out, and giving tips. So no matter where you go, you'll find a good home.
Yeah, I agree.
We're back green flag racing here. Max is going to get a beautiful jump. That inside line kind of spread out quite a lot. Hey, Jordan, he's spinning.
Oh, he's spinning. No caution out.
He's back up to speed.
Looked like he probably, if we could try and get a replay of it, looks like kind of like a situation of self-clearing. And that's very rare for Jordan to do something like that. I've never really known him to force an issue. And look at him. He's right there. Olette's there, and he just comes down.
I've got to give credit where credit's due. Number one, that was a great save by the 79. Number two, looking at it, I don't think he self-cleared. I think he went down. He was gonna be okay, but then Netco just got contact between him and the 28 of Stephen Ouellette.
Yeah, it could be a possibility of that too. It's early on. His spotter probably didn't tell him that car was there. There's a thing about the spotter in iRacing, and we all know it. We've all been victims to it. It does not tell you a car's on your inside if it's just a little fender. If it's just barely a nose, there's a good chance it doesn't tell you. So then you run into situations like that where he probably was fine, but that little nose right there, iRacing's not picking that up, and you get situations like that. But he did save it. He's running down in the P9 position, and now he's just got his work cut out for him even more.
One driver that I'm going to try and keep an eye on for this race tonight is the 59 of Matt Tennant. Matt is excellent at these weird configurations and these kind of shorter tracks. I don't know how he does it, but the weirder the track is, I feel like the better he drives. Oh, as we get one spinning off into the front stretch grass.
And he's going to gather it back up. It's just going to be all about his rejoin now. And he rejoins right in front of the 79. 79 has to check up quite a lot. But we've got Hunter Davis going for the race lead. He's on the inside, and he's pushing Max out of the way. Well, not really pushing him, but he is pushing that car, and he is on his inside. It's just a matter of time before that pass happens, because right now, Max is working hard to keep him behind him, and it kind of hurt him a little bit. But now the pass is made. Now it falls into the clutches of Matthew Tennant.
Matt Tennant seemed like he had a good run there. He was able to dive it down on the inside of the 48. He's going to be trying to look to make that pass on him.
Now, Jeff, looking at these guys in the front, as you see, they're all starting to stack up. Max is just going the wrong direction. Do you think there might be a chance people are up here burning up their tires?
Yeah, for sure. And normally I would say that's a case for Max to be burning up his tires a little early. He did get pushed up a little bit to the outside, and I think those guys just had a little better line.
Yeah, I think he's definitely hurt those tires because he is going backwards fast. I mean, he is now about to fall into P5. He is getting passed more and more. But you see Matthew Tennant and the Olette, they're actually catching Hunter Davis to themselves. So out of the top three, I'd have to say maybe second and third are burning up their materials. I think Hunter Davis is saving quite a lot, but that side-by-side battle didn't help his tires at all.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see how many laps these guys can comfortably run on a set of tires on a track like this.
Yeah, look how deep Matthew Tennant gets into the corner in comparison to Hunter Davis. They're exiting at the same speed, but watch him go into the corner versus Hunter Davis. Look at how he just pulls up closer to that car. And that rear end's starting to slide a little bit. That's usually a telltale sign right there. That right rear is getting hot.
Yeah, the only thing that I think is going to be used to his advantage here is being on that fresh asphalt that's on the bottom. That's going to save his tires a little bit more, but it's going to be a little bit slicker as well.
Yeah, they're all working hard out there. I'm not seeing anybody heading in the wrong direction anymore. Everybody's kind of stabilized where they are. Austin Knight is the furthest car back. He's 15 seconds off the leader, but even he's not really losing that much time. I mean, he's losing a tenth every now and then, but they're kind of just logging laps at this point.
It was interesting. Austin did not come into pit on that last caution when he spun, so I think he assumed he didn't have any damage.
I feel like he should have went to pit road, though. This early on in the race, I wouldn't want to be just assuming there's no damage or feeling like it's okay. I would have just hit pit road and got it taken care of. You're already in the back. There's no point in dragging it out.
Yeah, I agree. And this is it's a shorter track, but he would have definitely had a good 30, 40 seconds of repairs before the pace car came around.
Matthew Tennant pulling up to the caution out. That's our stage break, actually. We weren't paying attention, but Matthew Tennant, he was coming for that race lead. So now the question is, tires now, yes or no?
Yeah, I would choose go ahead, lap 20, go ahead and get some fresh tires out there. That's what I was trying to look up while I was being so quiet there. I was trying to look to see if Austin was in the playoffs, which he is not. So him deciding not to go into the pits and get his damage fixed and get any repairs done, I think he was trying to make the call of he knew that the stage break was coming up. He was just going to stay riding around the back. He knew he wasn't going to go a lap down and just wait until that stage came out and pit with everybody else.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, to what was mentioned earlier, I mean, if he had any damage, he could have picked up a few seconds, repair there. But yeah, with the stage break at 20, there's no necessity.
Yeah, this is going to maximize his time in the pits. But while they get sorted out and go and hit pit road if they are, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here with the action.
Thank you, Agent State Farm.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Cut. Hey, Arnold, I'm hearing neighbor. It's neighbor.
That's what I said. Neighbor.
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 Hey, let's go again.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Cut.
Now what?
It's neighbor.
Neighbor.
Cut.
Neighbor.
Yeah, neighbor. Just like it's written on the paper. This lady's in labor.
Cut.
Look at this. This is labor. Like a good neighbor. That was the sheep. And you know it.
It's like you're cold. Brr.
Yeah, I'm cold. Bah. Neighbor.
Still no.
Like a good neighbor.
Cut.
Burr.
Bah.
Burr.
Bah.
Burr.
Bah.
Neighbor.
Neighbor.
Burr.
Bah.
Burr.
Bah. Get me under this chopper.
It's pronounced chopper.
Don't.
It is.
Neighbor. A little bit more concealer.
Hey, Arnold. Got a bit of a script change.
Script change.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back to Iowa Speedway with DESI Racing Xfinity Series. In the booth with me, Jeff Dinda, Edwin Warren. Man, how do you guys think the race has gone so far in the first 24 laps?
Pretty smooth from my perspective. I mean, these, we did have a caution there early. Jordan had a spin, but these guys have been keeping it pretty clean, and we're getting ready to go racing.
And we're back to green flag. Hunter Davis, beautiful launch. Stephen Ouellette's actually going to pull up next to Matthew Tennant, and that's probably going to allow him to clear him because it seems on the restarts the outside line doesn't work that well. So look at that. Stephen Ouellette of the newly formed Ruggin Racing trying to go for P2, and Matthew Tennant's actually going to battle back on him and take that position back.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, man, you can even see that Tross, he might not be having the fastest speed out there, but he was involved in an incident earlier. He spun and kind of got pushed all the way back to the back, and look at him now sitting in P4.
Yeah, he's actually under threat to get knocked back down to P5 as a car is navigating that outside line. One unique thing about Iowa is it's 3/4 mile. Only other track of its size is Richmond. So they're bigger than most half-mile short tracks, but still not quite a mile or anything like that. But this track's unique because it is technically multi-group. You have an outside line, you have an inside line. You can kind of move around on this track. So that's why we're seeing them getting side by side and fighting with each other. But I also want to call out one thing. Look who's peeking his way trying to come into P5. Judson Curtis.
The first 7 cars did not pit on that last caution for our stage break.
Oh, did you see Matthew Tennant have to check himself up right there? He had momentum to come down on the inside. I think he's going to get the race lead from Hunter here soon.
Yeah, the big question is, Hunter Smart, is he going, off pace because he just tire wear, or is he going off pace just because he's trying to save what he has?
And look at that, Matthew Tennant sticking his nose in. He's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder after his situation last week, but now he is coming forward. He's going to try and show these guys, you better be happy I did not make the playoffs, as he is coming here to make a statement right now.
Color me impressed when it comes to the 28, Stephen Ouellette, who just hit the wall there, but he's been running up front all night, running really good here tonight.
And he was talking about he hates this track. But look at that, Matthew Tennant now on the outside of the 88, but a little bit of contact there. He does the right thing. He lifts so he doesn't wreck them both. And now they continue on. Stephen Ouellette high up the track.
Yeah, but unfortunate for them, them battling like this has given everybody else a chance to catch up.
And that's one thing I'm kind of surprised by. We have 6 cars within a second of each other right now. That is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's wild to see, especially on a small track like this, how grouped up the pack is. Matt Tennant going for a move here, dropping to the bottom. He clips that apron. Is probably going to scrub a little bit of speed, but we'll see what happens here coming out on the backstretch. Is he going to have the momentum to take that?
He's definitely trying. He takes the race lead, and now Hunter Davis is under threat by Jordan Tross now. So things are definitely changing towards the front. This is our 3rd race leader tonight.
Jeff, do you think that Matt's going to be happy with this situation, with those guys battling for position behind him? Or do you think he's just focused on running his lines here?
Yeah, I think he's just focused on running his lines. I mean, I think they're going to get a little loose here as we continue on, and I think he's just going to keep focusing on that line.
One thing I do want to highlight, our original race leader and pole sitter, Max, he's all the way down in P10 and losing time to these guys. I think he should have pit and took tires because his tires are just not holding up to the situation.
I do believe, though, that Max he's only 14 laps on his tires. He did pit that last time. So I think maybe now he's trying to be just a little bit more conservative.
And it could work out for him if we get a nice long green run to our second stage break at lap 70. I mean, he may be able to reel some of these guys back in at the end.
And it looks like we're about to have our next lead change and become our 4th different leader on the night. Jordan Tross with a pass on the outside. But Matthew Tennant's not going to let him get it easy. He's trying to battle back on that inside. But Jordan's going to have momentum on his side. He's going to carry that through, and he's going to take over the race lead now. That's 4 different race leaders now. 4 different guys have now been out front in this race.
And just watching how these guys are driving, what do you think it is? Do you think it's they know that it's playoffs and they got to be running as hard as they can, but as clean as they can? Or do you think that they know that the end of the complete season is coming and their names are all going to be thrown into the pot for who makes it to the Premier Series next season?
I think it's a combination of everything. Everybody wants to be in the Premier Series, okay? That's where the best of the best compete. Everybody wants a championship. That's one of the best things that you can have happen is having a championship under your belt, especially when this is one of our trophy series, as in the champion will get a trophy at the end. You want that trophy. You want to be able to put that trophy on your shelf right behind you and say, I did that. So they definitely want to get up front, but they know they can't win it on lap 1. They can't win it on lap 185. They've got to win it on lap 190. So you've got to make it there towards the front.
And just back off the leaders, the 88 of Hunter Davis, he's got a whole gaggle of cars just behind him waiting to get by him.
Yeah, I think his tires are starting to get to him here.
Which again is unusual. We're starting to see some unusual things going on here. Jordan had that unusual moment where, just that issue with Olet. And then we see Max heading in the wrong direction. He's going backwards. Stephen Olet is also going backwards. He's back down to P9. This guy was almost in P2 at one point, and he is all the way back to P9. And then now you've got Hunter Davis, a master tire saver, running into issue right now.
Yeah, and Max has fallen all the way back to P11. He's pretty close to being the end of the lead lap here, except for the 14 position of Sean Dion.
You mentioned that. I'd be curious to talk with him and see, does maybe he have some damage? Did something happen to him that we didn't see up here in the booth?
I watched the pits of a couple of the guys that pulled in there, and Max's was a little longer than usual, so he may have had some damage.
Yeah, that's a huge group of cars right there. I mean, look who's also trying. Oh,
we got to spin to 43.
43-35. That's going to bring out a caution.
I mean, that's unfortunate for them. They're running really good here. Not really sure what happened. It looked like Hunter Cox might have gotten loose going up there to the top and came back down.
Yeah, he just too much throttle on the exit. You can see it. As he's exiting corner, you see that rear end just kicking up. But we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll see if anybody hits pit road when we get back.
At the river mouth, the bears catch only the tastiest, most tender salmon. Which is exactly what we at John West want. John West endured the worst to bring you the best.
Welcome back. Lap 49 just about in the books. We are about to start lap 50 of 190 here, Iowa Speedway. Man, it's exciting race as Tyler Walsh gets a huge start. Man, he's just leaving everybody behind him.
We're delayed.
You know, it looked like Tyler Walsh, he elected not to pit that time. He's got some older tires, and he said, you know what, I'm not worried about these older tires. I'm going to make these guys with their fresh tires have to burn up what they got to try and catch me.
Yeah, and Jordan was the first car to get tires there, and he's already up into position 2. Looking to make the pass. Jordan Tross with those new tires is in the lead. Hunter Davis in P2 and Tyler Waltz in position 3. Yeah, we've got a gaggle of cars in the back there, in the kind of the middle of the pack. Doing a pretty job of keeping it clean, but Jordan has 3/10 of a lead on Hunter Davis. Max Dinda has pulled back up into P5. Those tires have definitely helped out the top 2 there. Don't remember if Christian mentioned it, but the top 4 in the restart did not pit. Jordan, Hunter, Max, I believe all 3 of those cars pitted and took tires.
Yeah, I had brought that up earlier, talking about those top 4. They did not pit. That was the 54 Tyler Walsh. You had the 7 of Austin Knight. You had the 60 of Brian Souza, and all of those guys are pushed. Oh, a caution comes out.
Hunter Cox, 43 car. Ooh. Looks like the 54 checked up in front of him, and he got caught up with the 69.
Yeah, 54, big checkup right there. 59 might have hit it a little hard trying to avoid and washed up the track a little bit, got into the 43. But as these guys go ahead and cycle around these pace laps behind the pace car, we'll go to a quick commercial break and we'll be back here in Iowa Speedway.
Hey, Mike, I know you think your truck is totally sick, but this is what I think of your precious 4x4 hang out all day with your stupid friend's truck! Push it!
At the river mouth, the bears catch only the tastiest, most tender salmon. Which is exactly what we at John West want. John West endured the worst to bring you the best.
Welcome back here as we go green. The race leader, Jordan Trost. What you just seen on the screen was our playoff drivers. You know, we got 10 of these guys out here, been working really hard to get to the playoffs, and some of them not here tonight, but others are just out here trying to get as many points as they can. They know that in 8 laps time, Jeff, they are going to reach their final stage break. So these guys are going to have to push it as hard as they can. You see our race leader, it was in 3rd in points. He's trying to get as many points as he can here in the playoffs by leading the pack coming to the end of stage 2. Do you think that these guys are more worried about maximizing their points for the stages, or do you think that they're more focused on trying to get the win and getting, you know, that big point boost at the end?
You know, I think with the first race, you're trying to maximize your points because you never know when there's going to be an incident in front of you. Maybe you miss a race for a family event or something else. So I think these guys are trying to maximize their points, and you never know what happens in the last 30, 40 laps of a race. You know, even if you fall behind, you know, due to getting those points for stages, you may still have a shot at the win. Boy, and they are fighting hard in those first 4 positions.
Yeah, and as you see, Max Dinda, he's pushed his way all the way back up there. What a recovery for him. He's trying to battle with the 88 Hunter Davis, trying to take that spot from him, but he's got to look in his mirror and realize that Judson Curtis, who always carries a lot of speed, is right behind him.
Coming up on a stage break in 4 laps. Yeah, these guys are fighting hard for those extra points right now. In fact, Max just clipped the wall.
Yeah, that's going to scrub a little bit of speed for him. But, I mean, these guys right now, they got to be thinking about, you know, they don't want to give up too many positions, but as long as they finish in the top 10, they're eligible for them stage break points. So, you know, you really got to push it here, but you also want to kind of try and play it smart. They all just went in. Most of them got tires. They're sitting on 20 laps on their tires now. They'll be about 25 by the time we go green after our stage break. Do you think they need to be pushing it hard, trying to get these points, or you think that they need to be smart and try and save some of them tires?
Most of these guys, and I'll throw Max's name out there. They're going to push hard for these points. And you mentioned when we showed the section there with the points coming into the playoffs. I mean, we have a couple of drivers missing as well, and I do believe we have one throwaway race. So those guys are going to bank that right away. But these guys, like I said, you never know when you're going to have an incident that knocks you out of a race early, and I think they're going to go for everything they can get here.
And I don't blame some of these guys. You got really big names out there like Tom Ringer, Todd Perront, Brandon Hinton, David White. Those guys aren't here tonight. They're all playoff drivers. And if I was going to pick a race to not show up and use as my drop race, this track would have been it. As our caution comes out, lap 70 of 190, we are finally finishing our second stage. No more stage breaks after this. Jordan Tross coming in first, followed by John Crosby, Max Dinda, Hunter Davis, Judson Curtis, Matt Tennant, Stephen Olette, Ryan Godfrey, Tyler Waltz, and Jonathan Geist. Those are going to be your top 10 that are going to get points for the stage break. We will go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back for our final stage here in Iowa Speedway. Welcome back. Lap 74 about to be in the books as we go green here. 190 laps total. Our final stage, stage 3 of the first playoff race for the Xfinity Series. here we go. We got the 6 of Ryan Godfrey getting a good start there. The 54, who also did not pit, kind of got a little squirrely there on the start.
He checked up that inside lane a lot.
Yeah, he did. He looks like he spun tires. That's his teammate behind him. So, you know, it's unfortunate that.
Oh, Jordan making a move.
Oh, look at him going 3 wide.
Max is going to follow him.
What's up with the 73? He just
73
spins it out of nowhere.
He gets off the racing surface. Caution does not come out. We're going to stay green.
59 is going to resume the race lead, but now here comes Jordan after him, immediately trying to take that position away from him.
Yeah, and as we've seen, the 59 all night, he does not want to be on that top line. He wants to be running that bottom. So I think Jordan knows that. Oh, the 59, he gets loose. Good save by him.
Oh, he's coming back down. Saved it.
Yeah, he wasn't done slipping and sliding, but he gathers it up now, loses a ton of positions, a lot of momentum just gone right there. Max is poking his nose in on the 54. The 54 came down and cut him off and then washes up the corner. Here comes Max through. Oh, 6 car into the wall hard. They're 3 wide entering turn 3. Gets tagged a little bit by the 54. Keeps it good, going in the right direction. Max is now going to take 2 for 1.
Yeah, he doesn't want Jordan to get too far ahead of him.
I don't think any of these guys want to see that happen, but I'm a little surprised about Hunter Davis. He's not bouncing back.
Caution comes out.
Looks like we got a car down on the apron, too.
28.
Stephen Ouellette, he got a little bit sideways there, but, you know, he had an assist from the 32. Said, you know what, buddy, here, let me try and straighten you out, get you back on the track, and hopefully we stay green. But unfortunately, the officials did throw the caution.
Yeah, it wouldn't have thrown the caution if he had just self-spun himself, but as soon as that contact was made, that's going to trigger the official system. 2 cars involved in an incident, it's going to throw a caution.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for them. They didn't look like they hit too hard, so hopefully they don't have too much damage. They don't look like they have a whole lot. We do have some people electing to go on pit road. Got actually quite a few people going on pit road, but while they go in, do their pit cycles, we'll go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with the action here at Iowa Speedway, DES iRacing Xfinity Series. See, week 1 playoffs.
We both getting old. It won't be much longer before we in a home. We go to Walgreens, we both got bad knees. I bet you don't know much about these things. But once a month when Social Security comes, it's the only time of month where we're having fun. Every fancy like White Castles on a Tuesday night. Get the double cheese slider, ain't nothing much finer with some onion rings on the side too. 2 hours later, gotta go boom, get you something pinto when you get home. Gonna be in the bathroom on your own. It's a St. Louis party that we do once a month. Hey, this how we do what we do. Old life. Where my chicken? I don't know. Where it at? I don't know. Don't be too long. You know I'm fat. Sure don't forget the sides, rice and gravy, and biscuits. Girl, hurry, cause I'm hungry. Woo. My kitchen's clean, ain't no mess. Nah. I got the chicken straight from Buffalo. We're eating chicken in the kitchen. Don't be lazy, pass the gravy, cause you know that it's tasty.
Try to make friends.
Want a Dorito? Hey everyone, the new containing out Doritos!
Doritos?
Doritos! make friends.
And there's your beautiful baby.
Any day now. Really? You're eating Doritos? He's eating Doritos on my ultrasound. Do you see what I have to deal with?
I know.
Give me that.
Welcome back to DSI Racing, Hitting Motorsports. Hey guys, watching and doing a good job. Got home from the brickyard and was worn out, so took tonight off. Todd Perrant gives him a little clap. Hey, if you guys are tuning into our YouTube feed, make sure you give a shout out to your favorite driver. You got a question, go ahead and ask it. We're watching the feed. We're getting ready to go green. Pace car is off. Jordan Tross is going to lead us out. Green flag. Max Dinda, P2. Justin Curtis, P3. Hunter Davis, P4. Let's go racing, fellas.
Jonathan Geis with a nice rebound, still sitting in that P5 position, but he's going to drop back to P6 here. But Hunter Davis is now, I guess, making his way towards the front. The pit cycle allowed him to get a little bit closer up there, so I look to see him start heading in the right direction. But that 73 is sailing around the outside of him right now.
Yeah, the top 6 drivers, they all stayed out. Everybody behind them did pit. You think that only having 10 laps difference between the leaders and everybody else is going to, make a big difference here?
I don't know. I haven't really truly seen the run go long enough for that tire advantage to kind of show itself. But up in the front, we do see Max has taken the lead. But I'm very curious to see, if we get about 10, 15, 20 laps into this run and we stay green, that's when we might see the tire difference start coming to play. One of the biggest benefits is it's put them on a different cycle. So when those other guys have to pit to get a set of tires, those other ones could stay out. So that's when we probably will see a tire difference.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, I was just going to mention, I think we need some feedback from the YouTube watchers. And Max's mom, Dinda, just made a post rooting on Max, and Max just had a little slide there. Yeah, Miss Rebecca is commenting on our channel. But, I think someone mentioned it on the last race that 2 races ago that I think we need to have a mom broadcast and a wife broadcast, maybe an aunt. I think we need to have a girls' night broadcast sometime next season.
I hate that you just did that, Jeff. Don't you start that aunt stuff. It's aunt.
It's aunt, but we do need to have a woman's night one day. That'd be pretty cool. I know my wife would be interested in it. She would love to get in the broadcast booth and just talk crap about me. It's her favorite subject.
I think more interesting to see is we should do a street stocks at like Charlotte, something not too crazy, going to be a little bit easier to navigate to where we could get wives or moms or aunts or whoever in and just have them run around the track for a little bit.
Yeah, I think that we can give our cars to our spouses, moms, sisters, aunts, and let them do a race and let us broadcast. But I think that would be a great idea. Edwin mentioned it 2 races ago. I think that would be a blast to have that broadcast from all the ladies who are watching.
It would be so much fun. We would have to keep voice chat disabled because they probably won't have the same etiquette we do. They might get yelling and screaming or something like that. But we'll see how that all plays out. We'll probably plan on something like that. But back to the racing excitement. Look at the top 4. They've kind of separated themselves. Then you got a little tiny pat. Hunter Davis and Jonathan Geis running together. And then a second off of that is pretty much the rest of the field now.
Yeah, it's fun to watch how you have some of these, you got a pack and then a gap and then a pack and then a gap. And, it doesn't seem like anybody's really trying to make any aggressive moves. They're all just kind of, we got 100 laps left here. Let's just kind of cruise and take it easy.
Absolutely. Yeah, the top 6 are in a pretty tight group, 7 to 9. And then we got 10 through 13. We got 3 separate packs here.
Yeah, they're out there kind of just biding time. What I think is going on right now is there is a pass in the back going down between Tyler Waltz and Ryan Godfrey.
They
Everybody's
cleared
just
him.
kind of biding time right now. Yeah, he just completed that pass as Jordan's now going back for the race lead. So look at them calling me a liar right now. I was thinking that they were just logging laps. We saw this last week at Chicagoland, actually. I don't even know if you remember, Christian or Jeff, in that race, there was a large portion where like the top 10 just nose to tail just logged laps for like 30 laps. So I think that's kind of what we're doing now, but at the same time, there are some guys who aren't willing to do that 100%, and they're now going for some passes.
Absolutely, and the 6 and 28 keep trading spots back in the 8 and 9 spot.
You know, I think it's just one of those you gotta be smart about it. Lap 96, we're halfway through completing that, about to start lap 97 this time by. Gonna have, less than 100 laps to go, but still a lot of laps. Do you want to push what you have to try and make those passes? Do you want to just kind of vibe where you're at? Like, it's just each driver is gonna be kind of having to think about the long run here.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're on 92 to go at the line here, and these guys really have to start managing their tires. Fuel's not so much an issue, but good point. I mean, they're doing a pretty good job here.
Yeah, I think a lot of them have kind of decided I'm going to manage my equipment, and you can actually start seeing some guys having fall off. If you look back towards the top four, Max, again, just like as we saw early on, is now starting to head in the wrong direction, which is usually a telltale sign that his tires are wearing out, and now he's feeling the loss. They're heated up, they've got less grip, and now he's heading backwards.
Yeah, I'd expect to see the 35 Judson Curtis trying to make a move here on the 48. The 48, he keeps washing up a little bit, so I suspect his tires might be worse for the wear there, and he's just kind of losing pace.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to get past here in the next lap, and he keeps washing up the track. And I think these guys will start hunting around for some comfort zones.
I'm really curious as to how people's tires are feeling as you start seeing people navigate around the track. Some might feel good enough to be up there, but I want to highlight a couple guys. Stephen Ouellette has been in that high line for a while now. So I wonder, as he moves down now, I wonder if that took a toll on his tires, because he was starting to move forward, but his battle with the 6 has cost him a lot of time. So I'm curious if his is going to wear out faster than, say, someone like Max or Judson.
Yeah, a shout out to the 28 car for doing a broadcast with me last night. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, he did an excellent job yesterday. It was very insightful. I enjoyed watching it. I went back and watched the replay of it. Hated that I wrecked out so early in that race. I wish I could have ran it all the way to the end, but it was awesome, real awesome watching you take to the booth and do an amazing job.
Yeah, that race last night, I had a blast out there. I really do not enjoy that track a whole lot. I'm not that great at it. But one thing I can say is it seems like the 54 Tyler Waltz, every time we restarted, he seemed like for some reason he was behind me, and then he just hit the NOS button, and around them turns would fly by. He was finding speed everywhere on that track last night, and I was doing everything I could just to keep up with those guys.
Yeah, and I kept calling him Tyler Watts because he was electric, and I think he might be a short track specialist. He had a win this week in our playoffs, and he had a P3 on the last night, so I think he's a pretty good short track racer.
Yeah, he seems like he's a good driver all around. Every time, I'm out on track, I see him. He's keeping up with the leaders, and he finally got a win, so congratulations on him for that win. But, yeah, especially the short tracks. I've raced around him in Martinsville. We've done Dover, Bristol. There's so many short tracks that we've been at that he just seems to get in a groove.
Yeah, as we're talking about him, he's actually in the P6 position. He did get around Jonathan Geis, and he's kind of got his eyes set on Hunter Davis. So I'm curious to see what he can do there. Towards the front, John Crosby will put a little pressure on Jordan Tross. So guys are starting to move forward. Some are starting to move back. Max Dinda has dropped so far behind the lead pack, he is about to fall into the clutches of Hunter Davis.
Yeah, and I'm looking back here, that 54. I mean, he is hunting down the 88. I feel like he's probably going to make a pass here pretty soon, going to catch up to the 88 and then make quick work of Max Dinda in the 48 as well.
You know, one thing a lot of the drivers were complaining is that the car is really loose off the exit of turn 4. I haven't seen that. I'm not seeing that anymore. Early on in the race, yes, that was happening. Caution out, actually.
Caution comes out.
Looks like the 6 car, Ryan Godfrey, something happened with him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a peculiar one. Just lost it going into the corner.
I think he lost it coming out of 4 there and tried saving it and just wasn't able to get that car up from underneath him.
Hey, he fought that thing all the way down the straightaway.
He hit that wall a ton. That's going to blow his engine, and with no faster pair, I think he's going to be out for the night.
And just as you mentioned, turn 4 hasn't been causing any issues. Here we go.
Yeah, we get our second major issue of it. And I mean, he fought it down the whole straightaway. So he gave it his best shot. He really wanted to try and save that car. A lot of times people think just lifting off and letting the car settle is the best way to save a car. Yes and no. Sometimes you can lift off, let the car settle, go to apply the throttle even at a little bit. Those tires are so heated up warm, they start sliding again. So, and that's probably what was happening to him. He lifted, went to apply a little bit of throttle, and it just started slipping and sliding more.
Yeah, as we watch these guys go into the pits here, you know, if they take a full set of tires here, they're only going to have one set at the end of this. So I'm curious to see if these guys are all going to take tires or if they're just going to come in, get fuel, and go back out.
Yeah, and every single car pitted. Tyler looks to get off first.
I saw a lot of cars lifting up. I saw people getting tires, so definitely a nice change.
Yeah, Tyler, I didn't watch his pit stop, but he comes out in position 1. With looks like Jordan's going to be in P2.
Now, I wonder if Tyler Waltz did get tires, because that's a huge jump. I mean, he went from P6 all the way to the lead. So
yeah,
I got some questions on that. Actually, I went back and looked. He fuel only.
Fuel only. He did it. Yep, did a splash and go. I'm watching it here. He comes into the pits. I mean, he quick too. He got fuel and then just went out.
Yeah, he just called on the radio old tires.
Yeah, he just made it known. So let's see. Now this is where we get to see tire advantage right now. Is there actually a tire advantage? So he's on old tires. Everybody else is on new tires. So let's see if he drops down the running board. If he does it fast, tires matter. If he maintains position, there's not that big of a tire advantage.
And he's been on a little different cycle strategy with some of the other leaders. So this may actually have worked out for him. We'll find out.
I think he did that splash and go so that he has a chance for fresh tires towards the end, while everybody else won't have that.
Absolutely.
Have some of these drivers talking to me. You know, their tires are getting really hot, so it is affecting the way that they're able to maintain grip on the track. They are slowing down, but surprisingly, the wear is not there. They actually have a high percentage left on their tires for wear. The issue is the heat.
And it's interesting because, we had to practice with a slightly higher track tempo. Pace car's off. We'll let you handle it.
And we are back
54.
green. Yeah,
Did
looks
not
like
get the best jump as I thought he would, but as we've seen, he did not get fresh tires, so he might have just been a little easier on the throttle there, trying to prevent himself from looping it on the restart.
look at the 73 sailing it by. The 79 got washed up by the 54. 73. Jordan
79 spinning.
Oh my God, Hunter Davis collected.
Oh no, two of the big contenders here in the playoffs, the 79, the 88. I'm hearing from the 48 to go ahead and look at a cockpit view of him. He had a really, really good view of that.
That's going to be race ending for both of those guys. That's that, unless they can go into the pits, repair as much as they can, get back out there. But they're in damage control right now. I mean, look at the 48. He's loose himself.
Yeah, not really sure what's going on there. These guys have been able to maintain grip all night, but it just seems like a lot of these drivers that have been... Oh, look, here he goes. And just barely missed the 79 there.
That's going to hurt those two really, really bad. I'm curious if they're going to be able to continue or not.
I do think, however, the 88 got the worst of it there. The 79's gonna have a little bit of left rear damage, but
he's gonna be lacking downforce on that rear end after that. That's a hard hit.
The 88's gonna have massive problems with the engine after that.
Looks like the 32 was also involved. He ended up hitting the wall trying to stay out of the 88.
The cockpit view of Davis here. He's able to see him. You can see he just,
he never saw Jordan.
That's why I said, excuse me. He was never able to see him. It's just cars everywhere in front of him, and they all dipped down at the last second, and he just did not have time to react.
Yeah, there was nothing he could do. He was guaranteed to hit him. As Jordan's back out on track himself actually now, but like I said, he's gonna have no downforce on that rear end. So he's going to be fighting that machine the whole time. And he's got a crinkled front end, so he's not going to be up to speed. But Hunter Davis is still in the pits, and he is now officially a lap down. I don't know. His race might be over.
And Jordan's coming back in to get some more repairs done.
That is crazy. I mean, I said in the initial part, this is Jordan's favorite track. He's absolutely amazing here. We've seen him go up and take the lead a few times now. We've seen him set pace. We've seen him driving an amazing race, and then out of nowhere, completely uncharacteristic, loops it on exit of turn 4. I am thoroughly surprised that even happened to him.
And you mentioned that. I mean, even Max was a little squirrely there for a couple of seconds. I mean, you wonder if their tires weren't just up to pressure yet. And Jordan's coming back out on track.
He's trying to salvage as much as he can. He wants to stay on that lead lap, but they're side by side now, so I'm curious to see how well he does now. Now, one car he can look at is Matthew Tennant has rear end damage on his car, and he's up to P5, so maybe he might be fine, but Hunter definitely not fine. He says he has multiple minutes of repairs too.
Yeah, sounds like 4.
One thing I want to say is the pace car's about to pull off. That 54 on those old tires still out there. He gets a
73 with a good jump though.
Yeah, 73 great, 54 not so much. He checks up the 7 car of Austin Knight. Bad. That allows Max to slide through and gain some more positions. Oh, 59 got real squirrely on the front stretch, but he saves it. Max really loose now. He's got the 54 battling back on him now. And then Max gets run up the track. Oh, Max into the wall. These guys are racing like it's the last lap right now.
And just a little update on Jordan. He did pick up 2 positions there after the restart, so seems to be hanging on.
And we have an update on Hunter Davis as well. His race is over. He has climbed from that vehicle. He is out of it. That's going to definitely hurt him and his playoff chances right now. You know, you don't want to be on the back burner. He's going to be in the same boat as all the guys who didn't show up today.
Yeah, and I just talked to him and about bringing him up here into the booth. He said that he's willing to come up here and talk to us about what happened out there and talk to us about the track, see what's really going on out there, why it's getting so loose.
Yeah, we'll try and get Hunter Davis in here. Hunter Davis, man, out of the race. What happened? Tell us what was going through your mind throughout that whole situation.
I mean, honestly, I didn't see it till I was in it. I was on the exit of 4. I didn't hear anything over the radio, and then all I know is there's a car facing the wrong direction.
Yeah, that it's very unfortunate that, you know, you just kind of came in and boom. We looked at the replay from your cockpit view. Man, you didn't see nothing at all. You went high, and then there was the car. There was no way you could have anticipated that. But how's the track out there? You went up and took the lead, led some laps. How's the track feeling for you?
I mean, it's hard to say how it really feels because it's different from when it was in practice, which I like. You know, the track tightened up a lot. But, you know, whenever I was setting up the car in terms of like brake bias and stuff like that, it kind of threw a wrench in things just because I wasn't expecting it to have as much grip as it did. And then the issue is that, you know, your tires aren't really wearing that bad. You know, after long runs, I'm not burning that much, but they're getting hot. My right front's getting hot because you're pushing so hard on exit for where the car's trying to break loose, but it's not because it's a little colder.
Yeah, now we see that everybody seems like they got into a groove. We went a long time without any cautions coming out. Everything seemed to be going in your guys' favor, and then all of a sudden, I mean, a lot of people, even the 79 Jordan Tross, getting loose, you know, by himself. Is the track getting looser as you guys are going, or what do you think the issue is there?
No, not at all. The track feels fine. I don't think I've broke loose once this race. So I honestly, I don't know what happened there. I haven't really went back and watched the replay. I don't know. Too much throttle on exit 4, I guess.
Yeah, he actually came over the radio and said he picked up the throttle too soon, but that's, you know, we went halfway through this race, and then all of a sudden 3 guys all did that same thing, just like what happened to Jordan. So it's unfortunate your race is over. Yeah, I bet you're looking forward to the next race where you're going to have to rebound because this is going to put you a little bit on the back burner in the playoff standings.
I mean, you know, I'll get a drop race, and this will probably be it. But, I mean, regardless, you know, it was fun racing out there. I like how the track changed, right, from where we were at practice to qualifying to race pace. I like how it changes and it rolls through with it. It definitely provides a different challenge in terms of how the track handles, right? So whenever you're out there and you're practicing and, you know, you're turning out, you know, 50, 100 laps, whatever it is, you know, you're setting yourself up for how the track currently feels, but the track evolves as the race goes on, so you have to adjust your lines. You have to, like, I was sitting there and I was tweaking my brake bias probably 2-3 times per lap just to feel what it felt like different situations. So, I mean, the evolving track situation was phenomenal. I love that portion.
Well, thank you, Hunter, for coming to chat with us, man. Can't wait to see you heading into Kansas next week. That one's probably going to be an evolving track too, man. Well done out there. You ran a phenomenal race, man.
Appreciate it, guys. Good luck up here in the broadcast, and good luck to all my teammates out there running.
So we look back here, and remember that tire advantage we were talking about. It looks like the 54 has dropped all the way to P8, but it took some time. It didn't happen abruptly, but he is all the way back to P8 now.
No, but if you look, man, we do have a new race leader, somebody that hasn't really been. He's been running up front, but not running in the very front. Almost a second gap between him and second place. I mean, that caution came out, and I think he's trying to use it to his advantage.
Yeah, we got an interesting shakeup in the front. You know, John Crosby was not expecting him to get towards the front, but now he's there leading the race. Judson Curtis, it's taken him a while to get this far forward, and he's running P2. Stephen Ouellette, he was in P3 at one point, but he dropped all the way back. Now he's back up into P3, so interesting shakeups going on right now.
Yeah, and all these guys are pretty much on even tires. You know, first and second, they both have 23 laps since they last pitted. I'm assuming that they got tires with the way that they're running. Stephen Ouellette, he is 18 laps since his last pit stop. So if he took tires, he does have a slight advantage on fresher material than the rest of the guys.
So one thing we were looking at is Jordan as well with his damage, you know, seeing if he can do things. Looks like he's stabilized now. He's a second off of Jonathan Geis and just not gaining on him. So I think that's about as fast as that machine can go right now. I think he's pretty much just in his damage control now. Now with the playoff standings, I think where they stand, Jordan will be the points leader in Xfinity Series regardless.
Yeah, he took stage 2. I think he might have taken stage 1. I can't remember right now, but regardless, sitting on just stage points, he's going to be sitting good. So if he can stay where he's at or even push himself up into the top 5, he's going to be looking really good on points.
Yeah, he'll be the points leader, but it's going to be by a small margin because if John Crosby can pull off a race win today, he will be second in points and be there by like 2 or 3 points behind Jordan. It's not going to be by a lot. And just for an update for you guys, one of our favorite all-time drivers in DES, Tyler Tomasi, will be competing August 2nd at Iowa and the real world for Joey Gase Motorsports. He's going to be out there turning laps, looking to put that 35 in a good finishing position. Sponsored by K1 Speed, it looks like. So we're going to be looking forward to seeing him out there in that 35, putting some laps down and getting things done. Because here in iRacing, nobody beats that man on the short track. So let's see what he can do in the real world. I'm excited to watch it. I'm telling you, I'm going to buy some merch for this guy. I'm real happy to be able to race against him and know that he's out there making his dream come true, and he is earning every bit of it.
You know, you got to speak for yourself on that, Edwin. I absolutely hate running on a track with Tyler Tomasi because I can see him right before we go green, and that's the last time I see that man until the checkered flag. He just carries so much speed. He's so good when he's out there, but he's also one of the most respectful drivers out there. And, you know, I just got to give him some grief, man, because he comes in and he just dominates. He's so good out there, and it's really exciting to watch him. He's been running the truck series, the Craftsman Truck Series. I like watching him when he runs those. Now we're going to get tune in on TV and watch him run Iowa, man. I wish him the best of luck, and next time he gets in here on one of these races, I'm really going to have to pick his brain and try and get some of them insider tips on how to run some of these tracks.
Yeah, it's crazy watching him. You know, I've been supporting him ever since I found out he was out there. And there was one time I got to actually race against him where I actually was side by side with him, had enough pace for a little bit to battle against that guy. And I mean, he keeps you on your toes. You're sitting there fighting tooth and nail to battle this man and run hard, but he's just running. He looks so smooth. He looks so elegant out there on the track. It's freaking awesome. So I'm going to be real happy to tune in on that race and watch him and see what he can do at Iowa.
Absolutely. And Max and I both love his sponsor, K1 Speed. And I think that weekend, if we don't go to the race, we may have to visit and promote Tyler at the local place. But that's one of the great things about this league. You know, we have guys who are actually doing the races for a living. participating in our league, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool to see. You know, it's exciting to know that we have that in our wheelhouse. We have a guy that is so good. He goes out there, he does it like you said for a living, and it's somebody that we can sit there and we can talk to, and he's super open about everything, and we can discuss things with him, and it every time I see that he's on a race, that it my wife gives me funny looks to where I'll see him pop up on the screen and I'll be like, oh, look, there's Tyler. Babe, look, there's Tyler. And, it's just exciting to be able to know somebody that goes out there and does it for real.
Yeah, and he's a really nice guy, so congrats to him for that sponsorship and that race.
Now back to this race, John Crosby has put a 1.5 second lead between him and Judson Curtis. I mean, he seems like he is just running away with it.
Absolutely, and looking through the field, I mean, they're all spread out, other than P4 and P5, Stephen Ouellette and Max Dinda. I mean, they're pretty close, but everyone's spread out, and it'll be interesting to see what happens here with our last pit stop.
Yeah, we're just starting lap 147 of 190. That's going to give us about 43 laps left. These guys are currently sitting, John Crosby, our leader, 37 laps on these tires, and he seems like he's not having any issues with any kind of tire wear. He's carrying consistent laps. These guys go into pit. He gets on fresh tires. It's going to even that playing field. So he's just hoping that we go green the rest of this race.
Absolutely, he's got enough of a lead here. I mean, he can hold back a little bit if he needs to, and save it as long as possible.
Yeah, and speaking of the 79 earlier, we were talking about him being in 7th place. He's now kind of working his way up the field a little bit. He finally got past the 32 of Jonathan Geist, and he seems like he's putting a little bit of a gap on him too.
Forty laps to go. As you mentioned, Jordan made that pass. John Crosby in P1, Judson Curtis in position 2, Matthew Tennant and Max Dinda round out top 4.
Yeah, Stephen Ouellette, or Ouellette, I think is how he pronounces it. A guy you did the broadcast with last night. He's staying up there with that pack. I mean, he was in 3rd for a little bit. Now he's worked his way backwards into 5th. But, I mean, he's still got a fairly good gap between him and the 79. So Tross is going to have to push it kind of hard here to try and catch up, as long as the 28 is able to stay consistent out here, maybe come in with a top 5 finish.
Yeah,
now,
just looking at the...
Go ahead there, Jeff.
Nope, go ahead.
I was going to say, one thing I want to point out is I did ask a driver what the fuel run's looking like. It's looking about 85, 89-ish laps. Just to throw that out there, that means no matter what, everybody on this track has to pit again.
Absolutely. I mean, I think 37 laps is the lowest lap count since pit stop, and that's going to be Stephen Ouellette. He pitted 38 laps ago. Our leaders are on 43 laps. That's not enough fuel to get you to the end unless you've been saving, and I don't think anybody has been able to save that much.
Yeah, you've got Jordan, Sean Dion. They're right around each other. They're about 38 laps. They're guaranteed to have to pit again, or if they could pull off a miracle of fuel saving, but I doubt it. It looks like everybody is 100% gonna have to pit again.
see some respectful driving there. Our leader came up on a car that was about to go a lap down. That's the 3 of Sean Dion. He rode as high as he possibly could, even risked putting himself into the wall so that way our leader could get by, man. I just, hats off to the 3, Sean Dion, man. He's a great racer, great guy, and to see him show some of that lap car etiquette there was awesome to see.
Yeah, Sean Dion's genuinely a very nice guy. You know, he's always highly respectful on track. He may say some funny things to you, but he's usually extremely respectful. He's a hilarious man, though. He's super funny. Whenever you see him talking and chatting, he's so funny, but he is highly respectful.
You know, I don't know if the 28 has, slowed down and gotten that far off pace, or if the 79 has realized that no matter how hard he saves, he's not going to be able to make it to the end on fuel and is pushing it really hard. But I feel like just a couple laps ago, we were talking about him passing the 32 of Geist, and now he just completed a pass on the 28 of Ouellette.
Now, if I'm taking a look in the cockpit view of the 79, he's definitely trying to save some fuel. He's off throttle quite a lot. So he is trying to figure out some way to save fuel. But keep in mind, he does have that damage too, which is already initially slowing him down.
Yeah, and I don't know what nickname I would put on Jordan, but he's definitely a save master. He will lead a race and still save more fuel than I will sitting in the back of the pack.
Yeah, it's crazy watching him save fuel. He's got fuel saving down to a T. He's fast. He can still save fuel, so he's a pretty darn good driver. As John Crosby's looking to put his next car a lap down, something Sean Dion probably doesn't want to see. Because if a caution comes out, Sean Dion's in that lucky dog position. But if he gets up there and laps Austin Knight right now, that's going to throw a wrench in that plan.
You know, we're looking here at the 48 of Max Dinda. He's 50 laps since his last pit. I just spoke with him. He's got enough fuel to make it to the end.
I am almost hard-pressed to believe that's going to be a good stretch right there. Especially with he's got 51. Actually, yeah, he could actually have enough fuel. Everybody could actually. They could all be right there on the cusp, actually.
Yeah, it's crazy to think 51 laps since your last pit, 49 laps to go here, and saying that you have enough fuel to make it to the end. Now, if a green-white checker comes out, that might be a different story, but I feel most of these people would go in and opt to pit and get fresh shoes on a green-white checker anyway. But if we stay green here, I think most of these guys might actually be able to make it.
I'm very curious to see.
And fortunately for our leader, I mean, he's got a 3-second gap, so he can still save and maintain that lead.
Yeah, he's got a lot that he can gain right now. You know, with a 3-second lead over the next car, even if he needs to save fuel, he's got 3 seconds worth of space where he could just back it off as much as he wants and kind of save even more fuel. But even at the end of the day, too, if they do have to pit, if green flag pit stops have to go down, he can easily do that as well. He does not have to wait.
Watching the cockpit of Crosby here, watch when he comes out on exit, just how much he has to catch that car to keep it under control. You know, coming out of turn 2 is not that bad, but turn 4, that's been the problem turn for most of these guys, getting really loose on exit. And just watch how he fights that car. He's got to, oversteer it a little bit, cut back, and it's just the way that these guys are able to manipulate this car to keep it on track is just amazing to see.
I'm really curious where everything is going to shake out. It's shaping up to be a real good race. But one thing I do want to point out, I think Crosby is saving fuel now. is if you watch that ticker on your right-hand side, look at how much he's backing off into the corner. Like, just look at that. Look how much time he loses to Judson, right? He's going to lose almost half a second, and then he picks back up the throttle and gets that time back. So he's backing off that corner a lot.
Nine cars on the lead lap. John Crosby's in the lead. Justin Curtis, Matthew Tennant, and Max Dinda, P4. Jordan Tross is in P5. And they're all spread out pretty well.
Thoroughly surprised about Jordan. He's got a nice rebound going on right now after that early race incident. He's looking to put his eyes on Max Dinda, but he's got about a 2-second gap to that car. So he's just got to bide his time. If he finishes P5, he finishes P5. Still a good day after that kind of wreck.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Jordan called over the radio. He had multiple minutes of repairs he did not get. And for him to maintain this position and make the passes he has is pretty impressive.
One guy we were speaking of earlier, we were saying that he's a short track ace here. The 54, look, he's moved his way all the way up into 5th and just has a full head of steam, just closing that gap.
Yeah, he just got by Jonathan Geist here. Jonathan Geist, Mr. Consistency. That man can log laps for hours and do just fine. So that's a not an easy pass to make, and he made it, and looks like he might be starting to head in the opposite direction of heading forward now.
And John is still maintaining that 3+ second lead.
Yeah, it's fluctuating a lot, but that's because he's backing off that corner a lot. He has a whole set of turns on on Judson Curtis right now. So when Judson's entering the corner, he's already starting to exit the corner. So he's got a pretty hefty gap on him.
Yeah, without a caution, I think these guys are going to run to the end.
One thing that I think might end up slowing John Crosby down a little bit here. Oh, 28, he calls that he's pitting. See if that's going to start a whole set of a green flag pit stop cycles here, or if this is just going to be a individual strategy here. But back to what I was saying, I honestly don't remember what I was saying, so never mind. Back to you guys.
All good. Still spread out. I mean, there's a pretty close gap between position 4 Matthew Tennant and P4 Max Dinda. Jordan's 3 seconds behind him. Our race leader still maintaining a 3.5 second lead, so he's increased that gap, even backing off, entering the corners.
Oh, what I was saying was the 73. He's about to catch up to 8th place there. You know, he's coming into the turn as 8th place is in the middle of the turn. So once he catches up to him, I hope that doesn't slow him down too much and allow Judson Curtis to catch up. That gap is at 4 seconds almost now.
Yeah, this is Crosby's race to lose right now. He has to continue being smooth and maintaining himself because, like I said, it is 100% his race to lose. One thing I do want to point out is Max Dinda has caught Matthew Tennant. So that's one thing going on track as well, is there might be potentially a change for the P3 position. I wonder why the 28 decided to hit pit road. He should have been good on fuel, but he went down pit road.
Yeah, and P6 and P7 is a pretty good battle right now in turn 4.
Oh, also Stephen Ouellette, he just spun on the front stretch. He's saying he did, but he definitely just spun out on the front stretch. So lucky for them, that did not bring out a caution, because he was definitely off into the grass.
Yeah, if you're the leader of John Crosby, a caution is the last thing you want to see right now.
Yeah, it looks like just too much throttle on that exit, loose off of turn 4, but he saves it, doesn't hit the wall, nothing. Gets it moving in the right direction, slow pace, and he is going to get back out there and get running those laps, but he is 4 laps down at this point.
Now that I look at it here, I was speaking of the lap traffic that John Crosby is about to catch up to. The best case scenario for him with that is the 8th place car that he's going to catch is actually his own teammate, which is Brian Souza. So they'll be able to communicate, and he's not going to do anything to hinder his teammate from slowing him down in that first place position.
Yeah, and Brian Souza doesn't lose out much here. If he goes a lap down and a caution comes out, boom, he's the lucky dog. He can still pit. But if he fights his teammate and stays on the lead lap and a caution comes out, he's still on the lead lap. He's good to go. But it all boils down to if there will potentially be another caution, as we are closing in on 15 to go. We're closing in on 5 to go.
The 48 just passed the 59, and they're still battling it out.
Yeah, normally we see Max heading in the... Oh, he gets loose. Normally we see Max heading in the wrong direction on long runs. He burns up his equipment, but I think he figured it out, sorted himself out, and now he's moving forward. So this is a good day for him as well. He was the pole sitter, rebounding to P3. That's a good day in my book.
Yeah, and I think he's learning a little strategy other than just the hard knuckle elbows out racing. I know that race that Jordan won a couple of races ago where he really saved in the lead. Max finished in second, and they were both doing a pretty good job saving.
And it looks like Sean Dion's going to allow the leader past him, so Sean Dion's going to go another lap down. But yeah, I'm glad to see Max getting a good strategy down, starting to move down in the right direction. He's always going to be fast. That's the thing. He's always going to be fast. It's just a matter if he can be fast across the whole race now. And he is definitely learning that. Sean Dion just... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, we see there Stephen Ouellette on those fresher tires. He just made a pass on our leader, trying to unlap himself. At least one that puts him 3 laps down now, but he's really carrying some speed out there.
These guys must be coming down to the wire on the fuel as well. Remember, they can only go about 80 so laps, so they're definitely boiling down to the wire on that, but I'm pretty sure everybody's good to go now. And so now Crosby's in damage control. He's just making sure he logs lap. He's got almost 4 seconds of a gap, so he's got time to give up. Brian Souza actually making a pass on Jonathan Geis while Stephen Ouellette's right there trying to just move on past them. Now that's all going down right in front of our race leader. So he wants to see them get back single file, because if he gets to them and they're side by side, that's an issue. And it looks like they are going to single file out real well.
As we do have coming across the line, the white flag is out in the air. We will be finishing this race this time by John Crosby. 4.2 second lead. Got guys already calling over, congratulating him. Here he comes. Checkered flags in the air. Our race winner tonight, the 73 John Crosby, followed by Judson Curtis P2, Max Dinda P3, Matt Tennant fourth place, Jordan Tross in fifth.
That was a good win from John Crosby. It was awesome to see the leader, right behind Jordan when Jordan spun. He didn't get collected. He capitalized on that situation and he made the best of it, taking the race win. Remember, he is also a playoff driver, so that's going to help him out a lot.
Absolutely. These guys, I mean, what a show for these guys, man. It was back and forth. I don't even know how many lead changes we had, but wild, wild racing. Up in the booth with us now is our third place finisher. We've got Max Dinda. Max, man, we've seen you go from the front to the back to the front to I don't know where you went and then back to the front again, man. Walk us through your strategy coming into this race and how it unfolded as the race went on.
Yeah, I knew tower saving was going to be pretty big here, so tried to do my best with that. The first run, my car just wouldn't turn. Like, it was so tight. But every set of tires, it kept varying from, like, really tight to really loose. So I don't know what was up with that, but did a good job. I was gaining on the 2 liters up there on the final, like, 15 laps. I was gaining on them, so I did a little bit of a better job saving, but just wasn't enough time to get to them.
Yeah, Max, you started on the pole today and led some laps and then kind of fell back throughout the field. At any point, were you ever concerned about this race as if the track was just getting too far away from you?
Yeah, going into it, I didn't know what to expect. Not one of my best tracks, but I had to learn how to adapt with the track, so I tried to keep up with it and whatnot, so I feel like I did a pretty good job on that.
Yeah, I'm not really good at asking questions of my son, but are you starting are you starting to try to figure out some strategies as opposed to just racing as hard as you can go?
Um, I always figure out strategies. Nothing new here, so
All right, 10-4.
nothing new. Always got a big brain up there to keep my strategies up to date. So
All right, we're going to let Max live in his fairy tale right now, and then we're going to move on to our P2 finisher here of Judson Curtis. Judson Curtis, P2 finish from you. Man, it just seemed like all race long, you were methodically working your way to the front the entire time.
I was trying to. I don't know how good I was doing a job of it, but I'm not comfortable here at all, man. So I was just trying to keep the nose clean and log some laps tonight.
Man, like I said last time you were up in the booth, which I feel like was here recently. I knew we'd be seeing you up here again, man. You put on heck of a show out there, running that Louisiana hot sauce. Now I'm hungry again. Coming into this, you just said that it's a track that you're not super comfortable with, and probably not one of your favorites. I mean, what did you think you needed to do coming in here, knowing that it's a track that isn't your strongest?
Well, I was honestly a little. I didn't know what to do because I knew the track had a rescan with the repave. So they put that sticky stuff down and let the top wide open. So I didn't know. I really didn't know what to expect. I just wanted to go out there and keep the nose clean like I always try to do. But I really feel like I may have overdriven the car there, especially on that last run trying to catch John. But if I go back and do it all over again, I'd probably try to ease up on that corner entry a little bit and maybe back it up and try to take care of the tires.
Awesome, man. Well, you did really good on this race. We still got a couple more in the playoffs. What race would you say you're most excited about in the coming playoff races?
I'll take any cookie cutter mile and a half track I get, and we'll put it down as we're excited for it.
Absolutely, man. Well, excited to watch you go out there and race and put on a clinic like you normally do, man. Congratulations on your P2 tonight.
Thank you, and appreciate y'all putting it on, and thanks for having us.
And we're now going to move on to our race winner, he should be coming in here shortly. John Crosby, man. Nowhere to be seen throughout the first half of the race. I mean, you were up there towards the top 10 and everything, and then out of nowhere, you just kicked it into a whole nother gear. You found fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth gear and just drove away with that thing. How was that race for you?
I am tired. I needed like a sling for my arm. My hands are raw. I didn't expect it to go green for that long. But yeah, it was super fun going that far in green. So, just want to say thank you to Beer Run. They were supporting me pretty good there. So, but I didn't think I had that in me, honestly.
I mean, man, congratulations, P1. We've had you up here a couple times. You go out there, you kind of sneaky like ninja. You just come out of nowhere. You had a little bit of an issue earlier. I see that you got loose, went out on the front stretch into the grass, and were able to collect it up. But when that happened, I mean, what was your strategy trying to fight back and get back up in the front? What did you do to fight back like you did?
Well, it's just trying to find a good rhythm and not burn your stuff up. I don't even know, honestly. Once I spun it, I was like, well, that's it. And then I just kind of fought back there as much as I could, just trying not to, like I said, burn up my stuff. So, just surprised I could do it. Honestly, I'm pretty proud of myself.
Well, absolutely. Congratulations on that, John. You went out there and you earned that race. So congratulations on winning. I believe this is your first Xfinity win, correct?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. Maybe second.
Yeah, either way, man, it's your second. Either way, well done. That's actually going to put you either P2 or P1, depending on how the points shake out in the playoffs right now. So well done, off to a great start. You ready to head to Kansas?
Hopefully Kansas goes like this. So yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited. Hopefully we can get some green flag runs in there too.
All right, sir. Thank you for coming in the booth. Congrats on your win. Saw you blew up the motor in your burnout. Congratulations again, man.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Well, man, that was an exciting race. Jeff, man, pleasure to have you up here. You did awesome. Hopefully you come up here and do this with us more often, man. You were awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And it was kind of nice to be in seat 3 in the booth, and I could watch the track a little more and not have to talk as much.
Yeah, it's fun when you could just sit there and be analytical of everything going on. It makes for real good reviewing and things like that. I appreciate you being here. Christian Clark, you do an absolutely amazing job. Jeff, you're next level at this. Can't wait to have you in the booth more. Thank you to Damon O'Brien, our broadcaster, for bringing you these wonderful races. August 2nd, remember, make sure you check out Tyler Tomasi in the 35 running Iowa. We will catch you next time. See ya.